Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to new session, and today we are going to discuss about interlinking production across countries. In the last video we have seen about the globalization and the Indian economy. Globalization, in simple words, rapid integration or interconnection between economies. That is what we call globalization. And in this chapter, we are discussing about the globalization in context of the Indian economy. Earlier, in the last video, we have seen production across the countries. Means multinational corporation, they set up their factories, their offices, where the locations where those close to markets, location which are close to markets. More where there is skill and unskilled laborers are available at cheap rate. They need skill and unskilled labor and they are also at cheap rate or at lower cost. Third, where the availability of other factors of production is assured. Yes, of course, if factories are there, if offices are there, they also depend on various factors. A factory, of course, raw material, electricity, transportation, right, accounting, as well as financial banking system. So all postal system, courier system, all those factors they consider because yes, even some of them are minor yet important for them. Similar offices, if they want to set up office, they also consider various factors like the environment of the surrounding area, availability of various facilities such as transportation for the workers, right? Internet, telecommunication. So all those factors we count in other factors. So multinational corporation, when they set up their factories and offices in different locations, they consider various factors. So first, cheap, skilled and unskilled labor, location close to the market. Also they consider other factors of production. In addition, they also consider government policies. So government policies sometimes in favor of them, sometimes against them. Right. So in that case, they also consider government policies and they focus that government policies in interest of the MNC. More production across the country, spreading of production by the MNC. Before we go further, let's take an example to understand in a better way. A large MNC, multinational corporation, producing industrial equipment, design its products in research center in the United States. When any factory produces things, goods, machines, first they design them, and that division we call R&D center, research and development center. So here this multinational corporation has research and development center in USA and then has the component manufactured in China. So part of machines, part of components of machines, this multinational corporation produces in China. These are then shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe where the products are assembled and the finished products are sold all over the world. Now, components are manufactured in China, but components are needed to be assembled, joining. So this work done in Mexico and Eastern Europe. From this assembly plant, from this assembly line, this multinational corporation ships machines all over the world. So this multinational corporation sells its products, machines all over the world. Now one more thing is that production done, sales done. Now about the after sales services. So meanwhile the company's customer care carried out through call center which is located in India. Call center. What is call center? Call center is kind of office equipped with telecommunication and internet devices where employees of the companies they provide various information and support to the customer, and sometimes we call it the customer care helpline. So these companies, these multinational corporations, customer care helpline, that means call center, which is located in Bangalore in India. Because like in the last video, we have discussed that in India, cheap educated laborers are available. Cheap, I mean that at lower cost. So here we know that educated youngsters are those who are able to speak English fluently, and they are ready to work at comparatively lower wages. So of course affordable for them. So when we connect our call to customer care, so they have a call center that representative of a company, a person receives call from the call center. So I hope you have a clear idea about call center as well as spreading production by the multinational corporation, right? So let's go further here. Interlinking production across countries. So here earlier we have seen production across countries. Production across countries like this multinational corporation manufactures components of machines in China, assemble in Mexico and Eastern Europe, and call centers are located in India, and this multinational corporation sells its machines all over the world. So this is all about production across countries. Now let's see how this production across countries is interlinking, how they connect. Let's try to understand this. So having assured themselves of these conditions, multinational corporations set up factories and offices for production. The money that is spent to buy assets. Suppose if a multinational corporation wants to set up a factory and office in India. So if a company wants to set up a factory in India, first of all, land is required. Then after machines, right? Building machines, those all things are required. And to purchase those assets, these are called properties, assets. Money is required. How do they purchase land? How do we purchase land? Of course, by the medium of money. So, buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipment is called investment. What is investment? Investment is like capital we use for land, building, machineries, etc. So here investment. An investment made by foreign company in India. Investment made by a foreign company in India. So this investment is called foreign investment. Investment for land, building, machines, etc. Right? And this investment made by multinational corporation, which is foreign based company. So this investment is called foreign investment. Right? All for a moment. So let's go here for starting production of goods or services. Company, that is MNC, required investment for what? For land, building, machines and other equipment. Investment is, and this investment done by multinational corporation, so we call it foreign investment. Right? So now let's see roots of foreign investment. Hold for a second. Roots to foreign investment. First, at times, multinational corporation set up production jointly, which is called joint venture. Local collaboration with foreign. Joint venture here, collaboration of two companies, collaboration of multinational corporation with the local company, that is called joint venture. So they begin production work jointly. The benefit to local company of such joint production is twofold, because local companies generally in developing countries or in some other even developed countries which are limited. They are not multinational corporation, they are limited. They have limited investment, they are limited in technology, they are not able to buy the new technology, new equipment due to lack of their capital. Right? So multinational corporations which are actually larger and wealthier, they have technology, they have machineries. So in joint venture, local company get local company gets advantage from foreign multinational corporation, such as new technology, new machines for faster production, new products, and foreign company gets advantages as well, as foreign company can set up business in other country, as well as foreign company gets ready-made market to sell the products. Market, because local company has market and it knows the market very well. It has consumers as well, right? So in this way, both both companies together set up business in. So here joint venture. Example of joint venture like Toyota Kirloskar Motors. Kirloskar, which is a well-known Indian company for agriculture equipment, for industrial equipment, and which joined with Toyota Motors from Japan for production of automotive vehicles. There are many other examples are there, and to find the examples for that I will ask you more. Here, second, MNC might bring here their capital, and sometimes the most common route used by MNC, which is by a factories. So in this case, buy or take over. This is one of the most common route used by multinational corporations. Buy or take over local companies. As earlier I mentioned that multinational corporations are very large firm. Large, I mean to say their influence on market, their wealth, they are large. Many employees working there. They have huge capitals. Sometimes they use the capital for expanding their business. So day by day they become bigger and larger and larger. So one of the routes to foreign investment is buy up the local companies. MNC with huge wealth can quite easily do so. Those MNC which are really bigger, they can easily buy the local companies and by taking over their business, they can start their business in the country. So here there is an example of Cargill Foods, a very large American multinational corporation has brought over smaller Indian companies such as Parak Food. Now Parak Food has built a large marketing network in various parts of India. This company is already well set in India, has a vast network of marketing in different parts of India, where a brand was well reputed. Parak Food Industry is a well reputed brand in India. More, Parak Food had 4 oil refineries for refined edible oil. Now, Cargill Food is the largest producer in India because many of the local companies acquired by taken over by the Cargill Foods in India. So now those refineries, the network of consumer and market, all those things now owned by the Cargill Food because Cargill Food has already purchased local company and now Cargill Food became one of the largest edible oil manufacturer in India, and it has capacity of 5 million pouches per day. So this is how buying up or by taking over the local companies. Many Indian companies are there. Those companies have acquired multinational corporations, even in foreign, like Tata Motors. You know, right, that Jaguar and Land Rover, British companies acquired by Tata Motors. You people, many of you are fond of KTM that I have seen even in social media. So this KTM, an Austrian company acquired by Bajaj Auto Motors Limited in India. More here, the third way, let's discuss about third way, the last one. In the third case, manufactured or supplied by the local companies. Multinational corporations are generally large and they are well reputed. They are brands, right? Like garments, clothes we wear, right? So those clothes generally we purchase that from multinational brand. Branded clothes we wear, watches we wear, branded things. But sometimes those companies do not produce by themselves. Instead, they order local companies to produce on their behalf and on their order. So local companies get order from multinational corporations. Multinational corporations, they provide them design, they provide them some technology, and local companies, local suppliers provide them finished goods. So there is another way in which multinational corporations control production. Large MNCs in developed countries place order for production with small producer. Even many companies like we can say that clothing companies, for example, or footwear like Nike, Adidas, or some other, right? So they order local companies to manufacture the goods, design. They make ready in their R&D center, and they give order to local companies. Even that America-based company sometimes order to Indian companies, because sometimes if we go abroad we find that the shirt is made in India. USA brand selling in USA but made in India. That is because of production in different countries. So that the USA-based multinational corporation orders local Indian company to manufacture certain goods on behalf of them. And this way they provide the supply, and brand, those multinational corporations sell such kind of goods on their brand name. Alright, one more example I would like to give you. Like Tetra pack of juice, fruit juice we buy from supermarket, local market, right? Those are generally multinational brand. Most of them owned by the multinational corporation such as Tropicana, which is well known, number one in juice industry in the world. If you have noticed ever that on pack we can get certain information, ingredients, nutritional values, as well as if imported product then imported from. One more thing that we check that about that manufactured by. So if you have some things like chocolates or some food things or some other things, please read this, manufactured by. You will find manufactured by the local supplier. Yes, it has a brand name legally, marketed by the Tropicana juice or any other multinational corporation, but manufactured by the local manufacturer. So this is the third way, manufactured or supplied by the locals. So here we have seen there are a variety of ways in which multinational corporations spreading their production and interacting with local producers in various countries across the globe. By setting up partnership with local companies, first. Second, by using the local companies for supply, which we have seen here, third. And third, by buying up the local companies. So these are three routes to foreign investment. And MNCs are exerting a strong influence on production at the distance locations. As a result, production in this widely dispersed location is getting interlinked. So here these are three routes of production or three routes to foreign investment. First, by partnership, collaboration or joint venture. Foreign company or foreign multinational corporation with a local company. Second, by buying up local company or by taking over local company. When multinational corporations they purchase entire that local company or some stack, some part of local company, some share of local company. Third one, by supply from local company. So these are three way multinational corporation interlink production across the countries. Further, we will see an example and we'll discuss about integration of markets. Stay tuned.